Hi, I'm Franco Fubini. I'm the author of In Search of the Perfect Peach, Why Flavor Holds the Answer to Fixing Our Food System. And we're doing this recording for Boulder Bookstore in Colorado.
Can you give us a very brief synopsis of your book?
Yeah, so the book follows my 20 years of experience and work in building a better food system through produce. And in the book, I make the case for how flavor is a really powerful tool in fixing our food system. It allows consumers to utilize flavor as a way to guide their food choices. And those food choices are then directed towards a means of production, a protection of ecosystems, soil, planet, nutrition. So there's this beautiful connection that occurs between flavor as a means to guide our food choices and the impact that those food choices then have into the food system.
What inspired you to write this book?
I was inspired by the farmers that we work with, the hundreds of farmers around the world that are producing phenomenal product in harmony with nature, in harmony with soils and ecosystems, and also inspired not only to tell their stories, but to try and convince consumers that there is hope in building a better food system for all of us.
What kind of research did you do while writing this book?
And I did quite a bit of reading in areas that I touch on, even insofar as research into climate change, a lot of research on soil science. But ultimately, I'd say that a lot of the research and what is unique about the book is that it takes a very real-life approach to exploring the food system and the different actors within it, the different characteristics that actually impact how the food system evolves and how the food system moves product through supply chains. So I'd say that most of the research tends to be empirical and through the work that I've done over the last 20 years.
What's one of the ways the food industry has compromised our food?
I mean, flavor is paramount. I think that the industrialization of the food system that's taken place over the last 70, 80 years has really affected flavor. And flavor has this very neat correlation to nutrition. So foods that taste good for us have high nutrition. So essentially what we've lost is we've lost flavor, we've lost nutrition, and we've countered that with the development of this flavor engineering that compensates for the lack of flavor in our produce.
Did you ever find the perfect peach?
I did. I found it in Campania, so very near to Naples. It's a peach called the Greta, is the variety, and it's a white peach which turns almost entirely red inside through the anthocyanins that it develops.
What are a couple of books you've read recently that you really loved?
So one, as I very much enjoy surfing, is Barbarian Days, A Surfing Life by William Finnegan. And then one of the books that I read towards the end of writing my book is Citopia by Carolyn Steele, which is an anthropological study and expose on a new type of economy.
Is there anything else you want us to know about your book?
Yeah, I think I touched on it earlier, but I think what's unique about the book is that it takes my experience and the experience of Natura, which is a company that I run, over the last 20 years in building these very cool and unique supply chains that circumvent to some degree, but also interlink with the existing industrial food system. And I think it provides, through the stories that I tell, the stories of the farmers, and through that experience, I provide what I would say is a non-academic look at how the food system operates and how we can build a better food system.
Can you read us a short passage from your book?
I sure can. I think I'm gonna go to the introduction of the book, the first chapter, and perhaps read the last section, which is a very hopeful message. As I look back on the past 2 decades, I feel a great sense of hope. Like a climber standing at the foot of a great mountain they're about to ascend, I too feel the enormity of the challenge. Yet the mountains I've climbed so far, those I share in the pages that follow, provide me with tremendous hope. The human stories that are so central to everything I had and everyone else at Natura have done to connect beautifully farmed, flavor-first produce with chefs and consumers around the world are perhaps the greatest source of hope. What I know is that land is available. The varieties are certainly available. I can tell you that farmers are far happier growing fruits and vegetables that taste amazing rather than what we've been asking of them. And then there's the planet. She will also be happier and will allow us in future generations to continue living in her wild natural paradise. The mountain can be summited. I hope that by conveying a renewed sense of reverence for our food, that more individuals like you will recapture that power to reshape our food system. I want us to reconnect with the joy of flavor and also with nature so that we collectively place the right value on healthy, nutritious food. By taking you to these magical places where we source our produce, you will understand how flavor is at the center of revolutionizing our food system. I want us to revalue beautiful food, to see the artistry and magic of it all. A green tardivo di ciaculli mandarin can alter your life forever, and it does so through flavor. The beauty of mind-blowing flavor is that it creates a visceral reaction, an emotional connection that is terribly powerful. Joy cuts straight to the point. It enables the consumer to demand better. I fundamentally believe that the answer to fixing our food system is consumer demand. If we all stop buying strawberries in the middle of winter, you can be certain that supermarkets would stop selling them and the farmers wouldn't grow them. The more exposure we can create to quality food that tastes amazing, the greater the chances we have of shifting demand. By raising the bar on what is possible when it comes to the taste and enjoyment of a peach, or even a single cherry, we arm the consumer with a desire to replicate those moments of joy, to elevate what is expected of our food system. In economic terms, to stimulate demand. The right kind of demand. Joy is more powerful, more enduring than any sustainable metric. Power needs to return to the consumer, a flavor-driven revolution.